Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is January 10th, 2026, and we are going to read from Genesis chapter 11, and we're going to read from Matthew chapter 10. All right, so what's going on in Genesis? Well, we just went through that table of nations and saw how the descendants of Noah populate the world and create the different people groups. Ham sees Noah's nakedness, he's cursed. The other sons, Shem and Japheth. Shem is blessed. Shem is the line that we're going to follow to the Messiah. Ham is going to be the Canaanites, which become the enemies of the Israelites. Part of that table of nations, we saw that they were splitting up into different cities and countries, and that it kept telling us that even their language was different, started to be different. How does their language be different? That's what we are told in chapter 11, because we're going to get the Tower of Babel. And then we're going to get some descendants of Shem. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Genesis chapter 11. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. So this is sin, that little bit of sin that we saw, drunkenness of Noah, that Ham sees his father naked and wants to kind of exploit his nakedness. Now we get this descendant Nimrod, and we want to see that the sin has made us prideful, made them prideful. And that's the idea of building this city and a tower. It's like, hey, you know what? God wanted us to go populate the earth to spread the grace and the glory of God, but we're not going to do that. We're going to stay here on the plain, and we're going to build this monument to our own glory. That's what they're doing, and that's the sin. So the flood did not get rid of sin. In fact, it came back as almost faster than we got to it the first time. So they're building this tower and this monument to themselves, and that's where we pick it up in verse 5. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down, and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. So after the flood, he says, you know what, you're prone to sin, I'm going to let that go. But now he's saying, but you know, I'm not going to let you combine it all together, because that's not good either. So he separates us. It makes it harder for us as individuals to do something. Sin is bad enough individually that we're going to do something prideful, but he makes it harder for us to come together and do something even worse sinfully. So we still see the mercy of God here. Verse 10, this is the genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And after he begot Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. Arphaxad lived 35 years and begot Salah. After he begot Salah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. So we're seeing that same genealogy pattern all the way down. Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Salah lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Eber lived 34 years and begot Peleg. After he begot Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters. So we're the same pattern, but the length of the lives are getting smaller. How old they are before they have children is getting younger. Pick it up at 18. Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. After he begot Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and begot sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and he begot Serug. After he begot Serug, Reu lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. After he begot Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. After he begot Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and he begot sons and daughters. Now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. This is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot, and Haran died before his father Terah in his native land in Ur of the Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarah was barren, and she had no child. And Terah took his son Abram, and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, and his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to jump to Matthew chapter 10. And we're going to see Jesus and his family, which is essentially his apostles and his disciples. Now, disciples are the followers. Apostles are his personal messengers that he sends out. Some people are disciples. Some people are disciples and apostles. His 12 are both. They're to follow his they're his followers, and they're his messengers. And he's going to send them out, and he sends them out with authority. We're going to get to that. So let's go ahead. We're going to read Matthew 10. And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them power over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: first Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out and commanded them, saying, Do not go into the way of the Gentiles, and do not enter a city of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor copper in your money belt, nor bag for your journey, nor two tunics, nor sandals, nor staffs, for a worker is worthy of his food. So he's sending them out, and he says, don't take anything with you. You trust in God, trust in me. You're going to go spread the word. Now he's not telling them, don't talk to Gentiles, but he's saying that's not the focus. Go to the Israelites, go to your fellow Jews, and tell them the words that I'm telling you. And you're going to have the same authorities over demons and sickness that I have. I'm giving you my authority. Verse 11, Now whatever city or town you enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and stay there till you go out. And when you go into a household, greet it. If the household is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whoever will not receive you nor hear your words, when you depart from the house or city, shake off the dust from your feet. Assuredly, I say to you, it will be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. So again, they're his apostles, they're his representatives. He grants them authority, and he says, hey, you know what? How they react to you is how they're reacting to me. So if they reject you, they rejected me. Verse 16, Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to councils and scourge you in their synagogues. You will be brought before governors and kings for my sake, as a testimony to them and to the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, do not worry about how or what you should speak, for it will be given to you in that hour what you should speak. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father who speaks in you. Now brother will deliver up brother to death, and the father his child, and children will rise up against parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake, but he who endures to the end will be saved. When they persecute you in this city, flee to another. For assuredly I say to you, you will not have gone through the cities of Israel before the Son of Man comes. Though he's not promising them great success, he's actually telling them, no, they're going to persecute you. I mean, the success is going to come because it's Jesus, but he's going to say, hey, they're going to persecute you. They're going to beat you. Don't worry about it. Trust in me. You'll have the strength to get through it. The words will be given to you as you go. Because the mission is going to cover everything. All of the cities before I return again. So he's starting to talk future stuff here as well. 24, disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for a disciple that he will be like his teacher, and a servant like his master. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more will they call those of his household? Therefore do not fear them, for there is nothing covered that will not be revealed, and hidden that will not be known. So Jesus was crucified. Why would you expect that you're going to end up with a big house and 400 jets and this and that and millions of dollars? If you're a disciple and an apostle of Jesus, you're going down the same road as Jesus, that, hey, I'll be persecuted, but that's okay. My future is in heaven, not down here. Verse 27, whenever I tell you in the dark, speak in the light. Whatever you hear in the ear, preach on the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. But rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not two sparrows sold for a copper coin, and not one of them falls to the ground apart from your Father's will? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do not fear, therefore, you are more value than many sparrows. Therefore, whoever confesses me before men, him I will also confess before my Father who is in heaven. But whoever denies me before men, him I will also deny before my Father who is in heaven. Do not think that I came to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's enemies will be those of his own household. He who loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he who loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, and he who does not take his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He who finds his life will lose it, and he who loses his life for my sake will find it. So, paradigm shift. You're following Jesus, everything in your life is going to change, and you need to be ready for that. And it's not necessarily going to change into unicorns and rainbows. It's going to be hard. People are going to hate you. They hated Jesus. If you're going to follow Jesus, they're going to hate you too. But you know what? Okay, what are they going to do? Kill you? That's all they can do. My reward's in heaven. My reward's eternal. This is temporary. That's what Jesus is telling us here. And let's go ahead and we'll finish this off at verse 40. He who receives you receives me. He who receives me receives him who sent me. He who receives a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he who receives a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whoever gives one of these little ones only a cup of cold water in the name of a disciple, assuredly, I say to you, he shall by no means lose his reward. May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.